Hi, I'm going to show you a few of the tools that we use in ceramics class. So we're going to look down here. Let's start over here with the pin tool. This has a couple different names. In science you call this a probe, but we call it a pin tool or a needle tool. So you're going to find a lot of use for that. Okay, these two tools are carving tools used for doing sgraffito technique, carving designs in there. I like to call this one the claw because it has a claw on one end. And then this is also called a little loop tool or a sgraffito tool. So you'll find a lot of tools have the same name. This exotic tool here is called a fork. And you're going to find that this is the best tool to use for scoring and slipping your clay. We do have other techniques for scoring and slipping, but the fork is really the best one. Over here we have these wooden tools or stick tools. And these are really great for smoothing, for joining sides. And what I like to think about with the stick tools is they're the best tools to use when you don't want the clay to stick to your finger or whatever, that sort of thing. So when you're smoothing in your coils from the coil pot, and each time you do it with your finger, the clay kind of sticks to your finger, using a stick tool will work best because the clay does not stick to the stick tool. And they have different angles and straight sides and all that. This is a rubber smoother. These are very rare in the ceramics room, but we have a lot of these. They have a rubber tip similar to a paintbrush, and again, nice for smoothing. This is probably one of your most important tools in the ceramics room. This is the fettling knife or the clay knife. It's not sharp, you're not going to cut yourself, but this is great, especially just for cutting shapes, for working with leather hard clay, trimming down its sides. It's really good. This is a rasp, and that's great also for trimming, for shaving. Some kids call this the shaving tool, but this is good for evening out your rims, you know, that kind of thing, and getting removing a lot of clay and making your sides even. We have a couple different sponges. We have the larger cleanup sponge, and then we have these smaller sponges, which are good for working on the potter's wheel. And over here, in this section, we have a wide array of ribs, R-I-B, that's what they're called. We have two wooden ribs here. These are also called scrapers. These are great for the wheel, for making bowls or using them for straight sides. Then we have these steel ribs or metal ribs. These are fairly flexible. This one is specifically great for on the wheel if you want to smooth your edges. This has teeth on it. It's a toothed rib, which some people use for scoring. Okay, so there's that. And then we have the plastic or rubber rib. And these are fairly flexible. And these are great for cleaning up things. You know, you can scrape the clay up, especially on the wheel. And also excellent for smoothing slabs. And after you roll a slab out, these are what you want to use to condition your slab. Here we have a rolling pin, which is used to roll out slabs. Over here we have the cutoff wire. This is also called a wire tool. Sometimes in the studio we have these that are made of string as well, or the string tool. This is used to cut clay from a large pile of clay, and also to cut your pots off of the wheel once you're done making them. And then here we have an array of trimming tools for trimming the bottoms of your pots on the wheel. These are also good for carving and for details. We have different sizes of these. There you have it.